welcome to Kalia. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. I hope you receive some light energy from my heart to yours. Okay, so today is a very exciting date. It is the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. Okay, I've talked quite a bit about this whole portal that started on the 2nd of February. And I did say that it will be ongoing through to the 22nd, but since the 20th and especially today, there is like a culmination point of this whole wave and portal, okay? I hope you have been using these energies wisely. I did say that they have been crazy, they have been depleting, but they are also pushing us in the right direction. And so I hope that you're really, really tuning in and trying to use the guidance and the energy at our disposal. At the moment, it is ever the more heightened. We are receiving lots of light, higher frequencies, downloads, guidance, energy galore, and opportunities, because they are a result of this energy and they are a result of your work, okay? If you have been doing the work on yourself, on aligning this, by the way, this portal also symbolizes alignment, endings and completion and new beginnings, and also formation of partnerships, whether in unions, whether romantic, friendships, or business related, work related, okay? Soul tribes are coming together. And so these are exciting times. This energy is heightened at the moment and will be for a few days. It's not like it's going to go down from now on, but this is a peak moment, okay? And asks you to stay aware and see things that stay in the flow of what the universe is trying to guide and direct us towards, okay? As well as your own intuition, which should be tuned in to spirit, all right? The biggest message that I have received at the moment is that it's like what I received is there is a possibility for us to, after having done a lot of work, to finally crack the code of our own creation, okay, and our own coming here to Earth. You know that we all come here with a set of challenges, okay? There is no comparison because we're all on our own journey. And so whenever you may think that someone has it easier than you, don't even go there, because you have no idea what they have in their journey, what they had, and what they will have. We wish everyone well and success and happiness and joy and light. That is where we come from and that is where we're going. and we came here to evolve more into the light. So we want everyone to be happy and to succeed in shining their light, because that helps us all, that inspires us all, okay? So if anything, just be inspired and take it as a sign for you to look into your light and shine it on us as well and celebrate it, okay? So we have our own set of challenges, but our code of creation, our birthright, our essence, our meaning here, aside from our higher purpose in terms of a certain mission, is to, despite any challenges we go through, to shine through them, okay? Shine through any perceived limitations, any challenges, any difficulties, any circumstances that make you feel like they hold you back, or they limit your existence or expression of self, because that is not the truth. Throughout history and even in present time, there are so many people, beautiful beings, that show us in inspiring ways that despite their difficulties, they shine through and they found their unique creativity to express who they truly are. Okay, so that is part of the journey. That is part of our higher purpose. That is part of the mission. That is to show who we are despite and throughout anything that may seem to come and limit us. Okay, I wrote something that I'd like to read for you. I am responsible for my own happiness. Sorry. I will make my life beautiful, no matter what the circumstances are. I will think beautiful thoughts. I will create lovely things. I will forgive and let go and allow only joy to grow inside me. I am a beautiful being, and I will spread my beauty to the world. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that we're not allowed to have sadness, or to express sadness, or anything like that. It does mean, however, that the essence of our being here and of this journey here is to nurture that which is light, that which is positive, that which is joy, to maintain and elevate our vibration, our frequency, to be able to accumulate more and more joy and inspire and contaminate others with this vibration, as well as ourselves. The more you dwell, I mean, if there is, like I said, we all go through challenges, some mild and some very deep events that hit us hard, okay? But we always have a choice. I mean, if we're grieving, for example, then obviously that hits hard, and it is part of the process to feel the loss, okay? But even within that process, we have a choice. We can dwell in whatever, or if something hurt us, or a separation, or I mean, I'm not going to go through all the examples, but you know what I mean. And so um, we are conditioned, by the way, to dwell on that which hurts us. There is a conditioning in society to kind of nourish that. And that is what I'm talking about, to contradict that. We, at any given moment, we have a choice to nourish what brings us down, keep we have a tendency to keep going into the wound and pluck some more and go back there, and we don't have to do that, okay? There is always beauty around us in our world, and it is extremely important to nourish the beauty and the light for our own sake and for the sake of others. And for the sake of the moment, for our health, for our well-being, for our own productivity and evolution and growth, okay? That is part of our purpose. And so at this moment, there is this turning point for us that we are encouraged to look at all kinds of things that we experience in a new way. Again, that doesn't mean that we don't get disappointed or hurt, all right, or sad, but it means that we have the possibility to turn things around quicker and wiser and easier and in a more simple manner than before. And so I encourage you to tune into the energy at the moment, which is very, very bright. Even though many of us are experiencing, because it is part of the moment that we experience loss or endings. I did mention before that there is quite a large amount of souls that are not ready to evolve to this next step for humanity, moving up in dimension. That doesn't mean that they're less than or that anyone is more than the other. It means that that was part of the plan. They are holding on to the energy of the old world and are not open to expanding into this new world that we are about to create with higher frequency. They are hanging on to old conceptions in a way that they are holding down that energy. And so that does not enable the flow of the new, which is why we have a lot of contradictions at the moment with other people. And so we need to stay very, very patient and very compassionate and understanding, okay? Much respect to all the efforts done until now, but there is something new arising, okay? So there will be souls that leave the planet at this time for that reasons, aside from natural reasons, of course, but for that reason there will be more, and it may be difficult for us to deal with, but we have been dealing with this for at least the last 2 years, and we will continue to be dealing with it. But remember one thing, it is very important not to cling to the the persona or the armor, so-called, of the person, how it was manifested in this lifetime. Because remember that when they leave, they return to the light. And so any misgivings, any weaknesses, any negative elements within their persona diminish and fade away with them returning to the light. And so it is important for us also not to cling to those elements of their persona, and not to cling also, and this is an important point, to the dynamics that held negative elements between us and them, and however we perceive ourselves in regards to that dynamic or dynamics, okay, if it's several cases, okay, that's very important. So that is another reason why it's important to forgive and let go, because they have done their lessons and their missions with however the best that they could do, all right? But they leave planet Earth and they are back into the light. So if we hang on to however we perceive them or however they acted, the negative elements of it, and however we felt we needed or have had, maybe with our own misgivings, dealt with those dynamics, then we are still holding down the old ways and the old energies. And we are not allowing that energy to dissipate. We also for them, also for us, and also for all of us. Because if we hold on to that, then we are holding on to that energy, and in some way, shape, or form, we are still keeping that energy alive now. And we don't want that, okay? So please think of that. Another aspect that I want to touch this, I'm trying not to make this a long video, but I didn't want to divide these subjects, okay? I wanted to stay in the flow. Another aspect that's very important for me to mention, and I mentioned this in another video where I talked about spiritual attacks. And I know many of us, especially light workers with higher missions, we are all with higher missions, I'm sorry. What shall I say? Those that are working on themselves and trying to bring in more light are heavily attacked at this time and are still being attacked at this time, but it is towards its end, because obviously these energies cannot last in a higher dimension. Of course, those that are doing these kind of things will have to face consequences of their actions. That's none of our business. We wish them well. We do not send them back what they do to us, as well as any evil doing, because that is not the way of the light, okay? It is very important to understand that. We are here to leave those kind of cycles, right? And part of us having had to go through that, as well as any evil doing that has been done to us, all of these have been lessons, mostly to have us deal with them differently than these kind of cycles have been dealt before, which means breaking these evil cycles, okay? And it's the same thing with all that we have had to go through. If we had to go through, you know, all the things that we've talked about in terms of childhood wounds and etc. But I don't want to disperse, okay? So all this evil that we go through, we need to learn to dissipate and transmute into light and love. And I've talked about this before. There is an exercise that I've shown and I can explain again. If you are being attacked, then breathe into the attack, like the exercises that I've shown about forgiveness and about inner peace. Okay, if you want, if you haven't seen them, look at those videos. If you have and you want to refresh the energy, then go back and look at them. With the same method. Breathe in to the attack and transmute it into love or light, whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? Or both. Just say, I transmute this into love. I transmute this energy into love. And just put all your energy and intentions into that and you will watch it dissipate. We are that powerful. Trust me. If you feel at first the need, ask for your angels and higher guidance to help you do that. Please help me transmute this energy into light and love, okay? And with time you will see that you actually can do this. You can, all right? This is important. The same thing with any negative energy that anyone comes towards you with. You're being hassled, you're being bullied, or you're being just, you know, I mean, I don't know what, a sales clerk, administration somewhere, anything that you feel that you received negative vibes, not only is it recommended to breathe and transmute that energy on the spot. Don't take it in personally. Understand that that person is coming from a lower vibe at that moment. For whatever reason, it's none of our business, but there is no reason to take it into us, okay? So transmute that energy. If you can, swiftly on the spot. If not, when you have a chance with yourself, a moment to yourself quietly, do the same exercise. Transmute this energy into love and light, okay? That is important because the tendency that we have is to kind of dump that energy somewhere because we receive it and absorb it one way or the other, and it's uncomfortable. And so either we want to vent it or unconsciously we dump it somewhere in terms of shouting at someone or complaining to someone, or, you know, many times we just don't realize it. Sometimes it's in more subtle ways and we just don't realize we do this, okay? So it's very important to clear ourselves. It's great to do a daily, I once wrote about this, it's daily to do a daily exercise in which you clear yourself, just to make sure that you did not absorb any negative energy. All right, so that is another point um, to help you stay in a positive energy. All right, again, it doesn't mean that you don't go through things in life, and it doesn't mean that it's not um, spiritual to feel sadness or not okay. But when you're not okay, be very nurturing to yourself. Learn to heal yourself. Learn to embrace yourself. Learn to nurture and hold the space for whatever needs to be healed and released. And as you can, don't dwell. That's what's important. Don't dwell. Turn to beauty. Always, in all ways. Turn to the light. Always, in all ways. That will help your health, your well-being, your state of mind, your productivity, your efficiency, and your growth. Okay? Think, even when you are in a saddening situation, think of something positive. Think of something positive and nurture that. And then think some more, either of that same positive thing that perhaps occurred to you, maybe the same day. Many times the same day that something sad occurs to us, there is beauty. Nurture that beauty, nurture that light. And then either think another thought or just nurture that more. Be there, go into that. Like I said, the tendency, because we are conditioned, is to disregard the beautiful moment that occurred and to dwell on the bad moment that occurred. Okay? So shift your focus, shift your perspective, and this is first and foremost for yourself. If you're wondering why you have been stagnant in a situation, if you're really invested in it's very important for you to evolve and to finally, maybe you've been doing the work and are very aware of all kinds of things, but the missing part is your joy. Okay, maybe you're saying, but why I'm aware and I've worked on myself and I forgave and I think I healed, but I can't find joy and good things aren't happening to me. That may be because you need to nurture joy in your life. No matter what your circumstances are, find the joy, find the light, find the beauty in yourself, celebrate it, acknowledge it and celebrate it, appreciate it, and share it with us, with whatever means you have, within whatever conditions you are for the moment. There is always something that you can celebrate from your beauty, from your uniqueness and your unique talents and skills, okay? And there's always something to appreciate within your surroundings. There's always nature. There's always the sun that comes up even after the storm. There's always beauty. There's always something that occurs to us in our surroundings. We just have a tendency not to give it enough weight. We have a tendency to disregard it and put more emphasis on what isn't going on. All right? So now it's the time to shift. I'm going to read this again, all right? I am responsible for my own happiness. I will make my life beautiful no matter what the circumstances are. I will think beautiful thoughts. I will create lovely things. I will forgive and let go and allow only joy to grow inside me. I am a beautiful being and I will spread my beauty to the world. Okay? I want you to think about that because this is the energy of the moment. Like I've said before, there are blessings with your name on it. You need to align to that energy that is coming at us, all right? And that is available to us, okay? There is another last point that I forgot to add regarding loved ones that passed that we may have had a negative experience with. Remember one thing: as they return to the light, you have the possibility to form a stronger bond with them. Okay, if you tune into the signs and which will be unique, all right? But if you are interested, you can develop a stronger and a better bond with those loved ones, because remember, they become your biggest cheerleaders. Because once they let go of that armor and of that persona that for whichever reason they had acquired here in this life, when they return to the light, they return to their beauty and they return to the truth and they see the truth. And the bond is still there, and being in the light, they wish to support you, especially and even more if they have disappointed you here in their life, okay? So you may have even, because no one is 100% negative, so with the perhaps heavy and burdensome experiences, you may have seen glimpses of their beauty, and you may have wished for them to be more in that beauty, in that light, and unfortunately they may not have found the ability to do so. But those glimpses are enlightened now because they are in the light, and so you can form a bond with that beauty, and you can nurture the beauty that they symbolize and not their misgivings. That will be very nourishing for you, very healing, and very beneficial for them, and like I said, for all of us, because then you will allow the negative experiences and energy to dissipate. Okay? So I hope I did write, if anyone is experiencing grief and loss, I will put a link, because on my blog, there is a link to my blog, by the way, in the description box always. I did write a post about dealing with loss, so I will put that link also in the description box if it may help someone, if someone is dealing with loss at the moment. That's it. Okay, I a little bit longer today, but I hope this helped. This is an exciting time. There will be endings, but there will be new beginnings. And everything at the moment is designed to really, really support us move higher and co-create together beauty. All right? So I leave you now with much, much love.